So I got a message from a friend of mine, and it goes like this. Hey man, saw a few of your videos. You seem to have some insights to things. Wanted to ask your opinion on something. I've tried to quit smoking many times, but it doesn't work. He goes on to say that he's tried cold turkey, he's tried the patch, he's tried a few other things, but he's never able to be successful long term. Although he did reach 2 weeks once, he says that he's not weak, but at 9 o'clock every night he gets this big craving, and a lot of times he caves in. So, if you want to quit smoking, or you want to quit anything that you have some form of an addiction to, you have to understand it. But before you can do that, you first have to make a decision. And the decision is extremely important due to the fact of how the brain works. The decision that you have to make is that you want to stop smoking. It sounds simple, but the reason it's important is because your mind works like a computer. And by that I mean, when you make a decision about something, like I want to quit smoking or I want to buy this car, your mind goes into like a search function type of a search functionality, all right? So your mind is going to start searching for some way to make it come to pass what you really want, if you're dead set on it and it's something that you're serious about. All right, you're going to have different conversations with friends. Just even driving down the street, you're going to notice different things because your brain, again, is like a computer. You give it a command and it's going to try to make it happen. All right, so that's first and foremost. If you're serious that you want to stop, then I invite you to have an open mind with some of the stuff that I'm going to talk about, because it's not really going to be the types of stuff that normally people are going to tell you about with how to quit smoking. The first thing that you have to understand is the dance of the mind. And what I mean by this is that nothing is straightforward in your mind, okay? All of these things around us that we see, everything that we interact with, is just the tip of the icebergs as to why we like the things that we do, why we do the things that we do, why we like the color pink or blue or whatever. The way that the mind works, you're not addicted to cigarettes, okay? A cigarette is simply the stimulus to get you to the place of which you are addicted to, okay? It's kind of like a light bulb, all right? The light bulb is not the source of the energy. Neither is the wires behind it, or the switch, or the power lines, or even the actual power, how the hell do you forget this? The power station, all right. It's not even the power station, okay? You could keep tracing where energy comes from to get to the source, okay? So, it's very similar to video games, all right? Kids are not addicted to video games, okay? What kids are addicted to is the feelings of adventure, the feelings of having exciting experiences, of doing things that they can't do in their daily lives because it's either illegal by society, or their parents are too scared to let them to go out and play because they think they're going to get abducted or whatever. These kids are going through and getting addicted to video games due to the fact that it opens this whole world to them of which they do not have access to without, okay? Same thing with cigarettes. So my argument is that you are actually spiritually addicted. Now hear me out. Regardless of what you believe, what religion, what denomination, whatever that you are, we're spiritual beings, okay? We inhabit physical bodies. Now, these bodies that we inhabit, they have needs, right? They have, you need to eat, you need to sleep, you need to drink, all right? You have your basic needs, right? Waifs, water, air, food, shelter, right? Well, you also have spiritual needs. And in our secular society, our spiritual needs are very often not being met, okay? We have a need to feel at peace. We have a need to feel centered. We have a need to feel grounded. And then you can also get into cosmic energy. And I'm not going to, that's a whole nother video, but basically cosmic energy is what fuels the spirit, the spirit within you, right? Well, in our society, we don't get to have that need met very often at all. We are constantly titillated by beeping and car horns and pollution and the next TV show that's coming on, and this person's calling and this is going on. I got all this stuff at work. You don't get time to calm down. What cigarettes do is they actually force a calmness to come upon you, right? when you smoke, the actual chemicals, you know, they go into the brain, whatever, and they almost bring down the level of activity that's going on within the brain. Now, a lot of people will go and smoke, and they will go and sit down after like a stressful day or something, and they're smoking on their porch, or they're smoking, you know, during their lunch break, or they're even taking smoke breaks from work and all that kind of stuff. Oftentimes, it's a highly stressful situation that you're constantly enduring in your personal life, and then you're smoking to calm it down. Now, on a spiritual level, our spirits really do cry out for calmness. They want to feel at peace. They want to feel a meditation. And what I am trying to get across is that with cigarettes, you are actually meditating, okay? It's a meditation of the hand, it's a meditation of the mouth, all right? And it's, of course, a meditation of the mind. But when you're sitting there smoking and you bring your hand down, bring your hand up, take a drag, you breathe it in, you think about things, you calm down, breathe out. It involves breathing as well, okay? So it is a meditation, regardless of how you want to look at it. Now, again, being spiritual creatures, we crave meditation, but we often are not getting that fulfilled in our personal lives. A lot of people are substituting real meditation for this artificial one, which, of course, you all know the dangers of smoking and all that. I don't have to get into that. Now, in your question, you stated to me that what you're experiencing, you have been able to quit. You have willpower. You've quit cold turkey. You've stayed off it for 2 weeks, right? But you fall back into it. Now, why? Why do you keep falling back into it? And especially at 9 o'clock, why are you getting those cravings? You're falling back into it, first off, because you're not replacing it with anything, okay? If you're going to stop drinking soda, well, you need to replace it by drinking water, all right? Same thing with the cigarettes. Again, meditation of the hand, meditation of the mouth. You need to replace that with something, because your body, your mind has gotten into the mindset to desire, all right, that form of meditation. And especially around 9 o'clock, I'm going to assume that that's normally the time where maybe you finish your meal, or you just finished having sex, or you do something that then requires you to calm yourself down, or maybe that's even when you just stop looking at your day as a whole and you just want to calm down. You want to calm your mind. Maybe that's when you go to bed. I don't know. I'm just going off the question you got. So at 9 o'clock, you have created a habit. All right, we're creatures of habit, creatures of rituals. All right, when your alarm clock goes off in the morning, that's a ritual. When you wake up, what you're going to eat for the morning. What do you go take a piss first? Do you jump in the shower? Do you eat? Do you piss, eat, shower? That's your ritual. We're creatures of habit. So at 9 o'clock, there is something that is causing you to desire that ritual. And again, that needs to be replaced by something. All right? Some people, when they quit smoking, who are most successful with it, they put marbles in their pocket. Right? Anytime they want to smoke, they just start moving the marbles around in their pocket. They chew gum, something to have the stimulus still going on in terms of the mouth-hand meditation, but it's a replacement. It's something healthier. And eventually you won't need that, but it's almost a process of weaning yourself off. Now I'm just going to touch upon the social situations. If you're going out to the bars, if you're going out to wherever, there's a lot of people smoking. Now, I would argue that if you're serious about quitting, don't go. But I understand that's me, and that's not, everybody out there, maybe not yourself either. So if you're going to be in that situation, be prepared for it, because you're going to step outside and there's going to be people smoking, and you want to make sure that you are good to go. You're not going to fall back into it, because when you're addicted on specific levels, all you need is one, and then you're right back to it. All right? Bring a lollipop, okay? Use your imagination, but with a lollipop, you can bring it up just like a cigarette. It looks like a skinny cigarette, right? And it's going to satisfy the Indiana Jones quick swap out, so that you can transition into not smoking a whole hell of a lot easier. So again, this is why using the patch doesn't work, all right? You're only replacing, when you use the patch or something along those lines, you're only replacing the chemical side, the nicotine that you're addicted to. Again, this is not just a physical addiction, all right? This is a mental addiction. This is a physical movement addiction, a spiritual addiction. You want to feel calm inside of you. You want a peace. And you're not going to get it by following what secular society says is going to give you that peace. Buying that new car is going to give you this small little chunk of peace. It's not going to be for the long run. Peace comes from within, not from out there. Now, something important to remember about cigarettes is that yes, there is a level of addiction that is physical, all right? The chemicals in cigarettes, they're designed to make you addicted. But it's very misleading, okay, when it comes to chemical addiction, because the true compounds of what are in a cigarette are not as addicting as we've been led to believe, okay? Your mind is by far more powerful than a cigarette, okay? Your mind is far more powerful than you needing sleep, than, you ever seen people lift cars, okay? People, the adrenaline hits and it gets into their bloodstream, and mothers are able to lift a car off their kid, okay? Your mind is far more powerful, all right? You just need to harness it. So what I want to do is I want to show you an energy exercise, okay, that can help you to substitute, as opposed to smoking, kind of get a that groundedness and that calm that comes over you from smoking, as opposed to going and doing what you've been used to doing, all right? Now I'm going to make you two promises real quick. The first promise is that what I'm going to show you works, okay? The second promise, of which I'm going to tell you, is that most people are either never going to try it, or they're going to try it once or twice, okay? And they're going to stop, all right? When you're smoking every day, okay? To fix it, you need to do this possibly every day, okay? Consistency is the way that you're going to overcome any battle. Persistence over resistance, all right? So bear with me, again, have an open mind. So let me see if I back this out a little bit. No, that's in to where my razor burn is. All right. The way this exercise works is that you can essentially do it anywhere, all right? So if you're having a craving, or especially maybe at 9 o'clock, you could make this your ritual, and for what it's worth, this will really help you to sleep as well. I want you to envision that you're standing in an ocean, okay? You're going to stand your feet shoulder length apart, all right? You're in an ocean, and you got waves going like this, okay? Now your lungs are right here, right? Now imagine the waves. They're going from basically your pelvis to your upper chest, okay? They're just rising and falling. Color these waves any way that you want, all right? But you need to concentrate on them. You need to concentrate on your breathing and envision what I'm going to talk to you about. So, with your legs shoulder length apart, you're going to take your hands, palms out, put them at your sides, okay? What you're going to do is, as you breathe, when you breathe in, you're going to bring your hands up, okay? You're going to hold it at the top. Now, when your hands rise or fall, envision that the waves are rising or falling with your hands, all right? This is very important, okay? I'll explain why in a second. Now, when you breathe in, you just, and you hold it, all right? Have your eyes closed and stuff. And when you let it out, you envision the wave coming down, okay? Now, if you can, also direct the energy into your lungs, all right? So that you feel a stimulation inside your lungs, okay? Because the cigarettes are going to cause a stimulation to be felt in your lungs. You want the energy, whether it's from the earth, the universe, whatever you want to make it in your mind, you want this energy to be that stimulation in your lungs, all right? So basically it's going to look like this. All right. So close your eyes. You just all right. And literally, I may look silly, but I'm telling you it works. And right now, I feel calmer than I was probably this whole video. I'm more grounded. I can speak more clearly. All right? It calms the whole body. You do that for like a set of 10 or something like that, you're going to feel a ton better. All right? Now when you're stimulating your lungs and such, again, now you have a stand-in for the cigarette smoke that would normally be stimulating your lungs. All right? You have the swap out, something that replaces it. Okay? Now you're filling your body with the energy that you actually need to think, to be joyous, to have energy. Okay? You really want to get into this, take off your shoes. Go stand in the grass. All right? Don't stand on wood. Don't stand on rubber. Most shoes are rubber. Take them off. Okay? This will actually, from the earth, this will actually ionize your feet through the soles of your feet. Okay? It's a grounding exercise. All right? Cigarettes are a stand-in, an artificial grounding. Okay? Try it. All right? It may look silly. Try it. You do it right, you're going to feel calm, you're going to feel good. Only other thing that I want to touch upon, don't be hard on yourself. You've been smoking for a long time. You've been doing whatever else for a long time. Doesn't matter. Go easy on yourself. Any step, no matter how small it is, as long as it's in the right direction, it's a step closer to where you want to be. Okay? If you get a craving for a cigarette, tell yourself, okay, you know what? I'm going to have a cigarette. But wait 20 minutes. Push it back an extra 20 minutes than you would have. Try the grounding exercise. I'm not going to say it's going to work every time, but I think you're going to be very happy with the results. Check it out.
And now we've teleported. There's a rip in the time-space continuum. We must have gone 88 miles an hour somewhere. So I was looking over the footage from last night, and as I was editing it, I realized I left some stuff out. And the part that I had left out is really that in our personal lives, we have stresses, all right? We're not all created equal. Some of us better at some things than others. And then, of course, our life circumstances are very different. The decisions we've made to end up where we are very different. So if you're trying to quit smoking or anything else that is basically a crutch, because smoking is just a Band-Aid over the wound of whatever you're dealing with in life and stuff, if you're using it for stressful reasons. Because there are some people who just smoke for recreation, and that's completely different and not the purpose of this video. But for those of us that are addicted to it, what happens is that it's a Band-Aid, you know. But the real cause behind the bleeding, so to speak, that we're experiencing comes from the circumstances in life that are causing so much stress. So obviously you need to change circumstances in your life. Now, again, we're not all the same, so you can't really, you know, if your kids are crying, you can't really throw them out the window. I mean, well, you can, and you might get some peace of quiet, you know, after you do that, but I wouldn't really recommend it. But the important thing is to concentrate on the stuff that you can control. You know, I mean, if there are places like this, you know, around where you live or whatever, where you can just like kind of go walking through the forest and calm down. I'm actually heading down to a river right now. It's really pretty over there. You know, that kind of stuff will calm you down as well. And if you can make certain decisions in your life to lower the stress levels, you just have to concentrate on what you can control. Because when you're focusing on all the stuff that you can't control, you're going to end up more stressed than when you were before, because what you're focusing on is going to grow stronger.
So that's it, my friend. I hope that's been helpful to you. You know, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. If there's anything I didn't touch upon, shoot me another email, and I'll try to get back to you there. All right? Good luck.